You are about to close on your brand new home. Your realtor tells you, hey, it's time for your final walkthrough. Do you want to do your final walkthrough or do you want to waive it? We highly suggest that you always do your final walkthrough. We're going to talk about today who attends the final walkthrough, what things you should look for, and how to handle that if something does come up. So stick around and check it out.
We do it for fun. We just do it for fun.
All right, so today we are talking about final walkthroughs. Now we're talking about final walkthroughs as you're buying a real estate transaction. Now we're talking about who attends, what a final walkthrough is, what you should actually look for, and maybe some of the things that you should do if you do find some things in that final walkthrough that are not kosher with you moving forward. All right, so what is a final walkthrough? A final walkthrough is your latch stitch effort to find out if the house is in the same condition or even better condition than when you last saw it when you were purchasing and you made your offer. While you're doing your final walkthrough, you're also gonna want to make sure that the seller has not taken anything that they were not supposed to, say a mirror or a fan or something that you had negotiated, such as like the fridge that you were supposed to keep and they maybe have taken that. Those are things that you all want to look for while doing your final walkthrough. Now let's jump into who should attend the final walkthrough. Obviously the buyers are always gonna wanna go to the final walkthrough, and we always encourage that both buyers go. If there's multiple or if there's 3 or 4, everybody goes so they can have more eyes on the property. We also recommend, and we always do, as realtors, go to the final walkthrough because we can look through it as a different lens. You're not the actual buyer, so you're not really super emotional about it, so you can definitely look at it through a different scope and give different points of view. All right, let's jump into what you should actually be looking for when you're doing your final walkthrough. Let's definitely look for if you had any repairs, if you did a request for repairs and the seller was supposed to repair anything. We want to be, in this time, making sure that they are all up to code and up to standard repairs and done in the proper manner. Now, I'd also suggest that you look to see if the seller is packing, if they're packing up their belongings. If most of their belongings are out, that gives you an idea on where they're at with the moving out process and if everything is going smoothly. When doing a final walkthrough, we always want to make sure that all the electrical outlets and plugs and things of that sort, anything with electricity, light bulbs, are all working. Another thing that we're going to want to look for is turn on and off all of the appliances. Are they working properly? Does the microwave work? Does the fridge work? If that's staying, is the dishwasher and those things, the oven, is that lighting? We want to make sure that these things are all working properly and all the way that they were working when you did put in your offer. Now we're also going to want to look at all the doors, the windows, and the passage in and out of the house, also the interior doors and windows. So we want to make sure that everything is working properly. The latches, are they swinging right? Is there any cracks or any breaks in any of the windows or the doors? Those are things that we're definitely going to want to point out and find out. Now, as you're walking through the door, there could be some minor things like scuffs on paint. Now, that things may be something that does not bug you, or maybe it really does bug you. These are things that you may want to look at. Also, something that would probably be a major issue would be like a hole in the wall that you did not see because a couch was there, or as a TV, have they patched holes? If they've removed TVs and things of that sort, that would be the right thing to do as the seller. Now, we'd also want to make sure when we're in the bathrooms that there is no molds due to moisture and the fans work and all that type of stuff. So you definitely want to make sure, keep an eye out for the mold. Hopefully you would have caught that in the inspections and things of that sort. But if you did not, these are things that you're going to want to get taken care of because it can harm your family. Now, as you're walking through the house, you're gonna go in the outdoor and the front yard and backyard. You're gonna wanna find out if there's a pool, is that turned green, or is there algae in it? Does everything look like it's working right? Has any fences been removed around the pools? These are all things that should have been negotiated. So if it's something that catches your eye that is not supposed to be that way, you're definitely gonna wanna point that out. We're also gonna wanna check the fence lines and find out if you got any wiggly posts posts or anything like that. Like I said earlier, most of this stuff should get pulled out in your inspections, but if it does not, these are ways that you would want to call some of these things out. Now, once you've done your final inspection, hopefully these things did not come up, but if something does come up, you're definitely gonna want to have your realtor reach out to the seller's agent and address some of these things. Hopefully they are compliant and want to fix them. If not, then what I would suggest is not closing on time and holding up the process in order for you to start getting your way in some of these fixes, because that is not right if a seller is to leave a house in a manner where it is not agreed upon moving forward in the best interest of the buyer. So hopefully these tips have helped you. Definitely if you're doing your next walkthrough, figure out some of these things and definitely utilize this video. And as always, have the best day of your life and adios.